It's Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. And you know what that means? It's monster trucks at the dome.
Yeah.
We're going to see some mud and some blood. No. It's Sunday. It means it's the All Effin' Wrestling Show. What do we have on the show tonight? Oh, today.
Yeah. Today, we have news. And then AI, the AI topic bot 3000 came up with our topic. It is, in fact, the greatest championship belts of all time. All this and more on the All Effin' Wrestling Show. I get so excited. I love Sundays. I just love them. Hit it.
Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my occupation. Tell me what's my race. Tell me is it with inflation. Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my race. Tell me all my sexual distaste. Tell me what you need. Tell me how you feel. Tell me all your information.
Okay.
We're clear for takeoff.
That's all systems go. We need that AFW logo up. Stat.
You're watching the AFW Network.
There we go.
Yes, that's what I wanted to do.
Welcome to this week's edition of the All Effin' Wrestling Show. I am, of course, lights, camera, JFP. That's all I got.
Keep his supper warm. He's GFB, my friends. Have you ever had it where you get home and your supper's cold?
Yes.
It happens.
What did people do before the microwaves?
Got home on time or ate cold dinner.
You club yourself a woolly mammoth. You shove them into the cave and you light them on fire, and that will warm you.
Imagine the annoyance of having to stick it in like a pan or something and stick it in the oven.
Oh,
Get it warm again. I am, of course, the patron saint of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. I'm Canada F and Dry, and I would like to give out a shout out to my good friend. He's got the worst takes of all time. Bad Take Cade. Makes me shiver thinking about his takes.
Yeah, every time I hear his name, all I can think of is the numerous amounts of bad takes this man has had over the years. So much so, we should come up with a list. We should do a show literally about bad takes, bad takes.
That would be hilarious.
Bad Take Cade. The best of Bad Take Cade. We can just
You guys remember when Jericho had the original list of Jericho and WCW of the 1001 hole or 1004 holds?
Yeah.
It'd be that big of a list.
Yeah.
That's exactly how big it was.
Yeah.
I don't know what's bigger, his hair or his bad takes.
If we do that, we need to get that old school style printer paper to have the list.
Someone needs to hold that paper. Just be like, hold on, let's see where you are.
I think my dad still has one. I think my dad still has a dot matrix printer. I'm not sure, but I think so.
That's great.
Oh my!
You had to pull off when you're done printing. You had to pull off the sides.
Yep.
Remember banners when you do a big banner?
Yeah.
For like a happy birthday banner or something, you have to take up a little.
You have to start it in August for somebody's birthday in September.
I will say there isn't nothing quite like just ripping a piece of paper off the printer like you did in the old days.
Oh, yeah.
Get that to me, stat, and then you run.
Did you know that Marlboro invested all this money into Superman 2?
They did.
And that's why Lois Lane is chain smoking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To get all these new smokers involved. And so
yeah.
The anti-smokers unions were pissed.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny because she was a 2-pack a day. She was like a pack a day smoker. She actually went to almost 2 packs a day because of Superman 1 and Superman 2. They shot them both back to back. So
I couldn't imagine.
And in the comic books, Lois Lane was not a smoker.
no, she was not. No, because you have comic book code. The comic book code says that your hero can't smoke. Now, of course, comic books, you can murder someone
The
straight
comic
up.
book code authority was the reason why Batman and Robin no longer slept in the same bed.
Yep.
Because there are some questions about what's going on.
Like Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie, Batman and Robin, same sort of thinking, right?
We are joined, of course, by 2 distinguished gentlemen. This man below Canada Dry over in that corner right there, he hails from Vancouver, British Columbia. He is, of course, the man who put show and showtime. It's showtime, Shane. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great up for a Sunday morning. But man, I had no power. I was a little worried. I was like, oh, I might not have enough battery for the freaking podcast today. But no, I'm all charged up now and ready to go.
All right.
Unfortunately, he's not from Vancouver.
I'm from the I'm from the burbs of Vancouver.
He's from like the Hicks.
Yeah.
He's out by the Highway 99, and
yeah, through the tunnel. Hey, gotta give a shout out to Matt B. It's good to see him again. But Robert, hey, the newcomer from last night, he's back again for another day. So
Yeah,
man,
hey, Robert,
back,
see all
buddy.
the comments we got already.
We didn't scare him off. That's good.
Let me just go through this.
And we're just talking about the new people that came in last night in the chat too. That was funny.
This is back, y'all.
Matt B's in the house.
Now, we have a sing-off going this Wednesday.
Yes, we do.
He has sent us his Real American, Hulk Hogan's Real American song.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna get Shane a video.
I just remember that. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
I'm a real Canadian.
You're welcome for the idea because that was all
Yes.
me.
I wasn't gonna take credit.
No, I was letting Shane know.
Oh,
I'll do it right after the show. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. The guy beneath me, he's never beneath me. This man rises to the top. He's a cream. Always rises to the top. Talking about my man, the evil VP of AFW's network. He just got a promotion. He's now the executive vice president of Mirth and Mayhem. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to EVP Joe. Woo!
You're right. It's me. And you know what? You can thank me for the wheel that picks our topics every week because I fought hard for it. I know JFB and Canada Dry are busy all week. I was like, you know what? We need to take a little load off their back. Yes.
yes, we are T-shirt brothers today. We're fighting together,
Brother.
back to back, right?
I just wanted to make life a little bit easier for you guys, so we got the wheel.
Okay, fuck this wheel shit. I came up with this idea. Don't try to give this idea to AI.
I just realized all 4 of us are in merch shirts today.
Yeah.
We are, yeah. JB's got the All Out from Wrestling shirt. You might be asking yourself, hey, how can I get a shirt like that? Maybe you don't want to get that shirt. Maybe you want to get this shirt.
Yes, the effing shirt is tribute to comic book heroes everywhere.
The company's saying we should be shilling this at the end of the show to get them to watch the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
I think shilling it at the beginning is good because we don't want them tuning out when we're shilling our merch.
Yeah.
But we got that shirt right behind me.
I mean, basically, Shane's house is, in fact, our warehouse for all our shirts.
The AFW garage.
Yeah,
You know what? You would probably, honestly, you'd probably be able to print them and get them out faster than PWTs in Chicago. So
this is the shirt that me and
yeah. Now just think, Shane actually folds and kisses each shirt before he ships it to you.
that's why the first night you wear it, it's so soft and cuddly.
My Shane clone is growing right now as we speak in my basement. So I'm gonna have my own Shane.
Are you feeding at Budweiser every day?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
I'm gonna get a keg just for you, just for your clone.
let me see if I can do it. You're watching the AFW Network. I had to put a nice little auto tune on my voice to get that. So.
Wah, 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 wah. So before we get started with the main event, holy cow, this is what you tune in for. This is shenanigans. By the way, can I just say, I know we talked about it Wednesday, but I read this really great article. Sports Illustrated did it about Swerve going heel, and saved the same sentiment for that I had, which was he's way better as a heel than he ever has been as a tweener. I love this new Swerve. I'm just going to let you know. Just throwing it out there. It's out there.
See, I don't think he's a heel.
The guy house called him and Bryan Danielson in the neck.
No, but I don't think he's a heel.
I think they're just a message sender.
He is a person who does what is necessary to get the job done.
Yeah.
And
I don't think he's not a heel in the traditional sense of I'm just going to talk down to the city. He's a heel in the sense of I'd want to do what I got to do to win.
He's a dangerous man. I mean,
he's sort of like, honestly, like a Brock Lesnar in the early 2000s.
But I mean,
like he just goes out and wrecks your favorite wrestler and calls it a day.
Yeah.
But I mean, even when Moxley was champ, AEW champ, though, he was kind of the same way. He was portrayed as a face, but he'd still do some like hit somebody with a finisher during a promo or something along that nature, or get in a fight with somebody who's facing off for the title that weekend. So
all I gotta say is this: life is good. Swerve is a badass man. That guy's bad. Tim Hortons is coming to Nashville. And In-N-Out Burger is opening up a franchise here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nice.
And,
you know, you're getting the shittiest version of Tim Hortons.
I know we are.
Tim Hortons sucks. Tim Hortons is shit
Tim
now.
Hortons is not
Anyway.
as good as it used to be. I'm just saying.
Oh, I know.
No, it's trash now, man. Ever since the American company bought the franchise, it's just turned into low quality shit.
But there's something.
I think Burger King owns it.
Yeah, something like that.
See, the problem is I take a few vitamins at night, and I get that craving for a maple log. The only way to cure it is by getting a Tim Hortons in downtown.
I'll tell you, speaking of which, I don't know if it's around where you are, JFB, but there is a chain, I guess it's a chain called Duck Donuts.
No, not here.
So, like, they make the donuts daily fresh, and you can see them. They have a conveyor. There's a clear glass.
Yeah.
And they have a stupid amount of different combinations. Like, and the best one is a maple glaze with chunks of bacon on top of it.
Oh, yeah. It
is so good because the donuts are warm.
There's a place in Vancouver called Lucky's Donuts. And these donuts are $5 each.
Woo-hoo.
Wow. And so at my work, someone brought some in for an AA meeting. Yeah. And they told me, hey, come get a donut. I'm like, all right. So I'm just thinking there's some, dollar donuts or whatever.
Yeah.
And the one that was left had strawberries on it.
Yeah.
And gold flakes.
Ooh, wow.
There's this local donut place in Nashville that they do kind of the same thing where they come up, it's all, you can watch them bake and cook the donuts and everything, but they have this one. It is like a vanilla glaze on the top, and inside is a blueberry compote with crumble in it.
That sounds delicious.
All right.
In freaking Ladner, where I live, there's this place that was called Boca Roca. They had to move locations. I don't know what they're doing with it or not now, if they're going to come back. But my friend Annalise gave me this like maple glaze with bacon on top. It was like, oh man, that was.
Now, Robert, if you would like to promote our channel, we won't fight you.
No, like I said, man, they'd be highly appreciated.
We greatly appreciate you putting out the word about our YouTube channel.
Our corporate overlords preferably would like you to do this right now after the show.
It saves us the advertisement budget.
All right, let's get to before we get to the main event, let's get to our rigmarole. It's called The News. from the four corners of the globe, from our studios to your home. This is FNN, the FN News Network, starring Canada Dry and the JFB.
Now it's time for the news right here.
Yeah.
On the AFW Network.
So I want to make sure that everybody understands. After last week's debacle where I basically said Jimmy Jacobs was dead. I apologize, Mr. Jacobs. I'm going to slide into your DMs and apologize to you, but I do have it confirmed. I not only double checked it, I triple checked it. Afa Anawa has passed away. This is the uncle to Roman Reigns, brother to Sifa or the Sika. It's a hard day for the Anawa family. Two of their biggest patriarchs of that family have passed away within weeks of each other.
So now we can do a legit 10-bell salute.
Yes, we go. Here we go. 10 bells to Afa of the Wild Samoans. Yeah, it's a tough loss for the wrestling community. We've lost three big wrestlers in a matter of weeks. Sifa, Afa, and then of course Kevin Sullivan. So they get a rematch.
Okay, so I've spoken to Luke Roberts about getting us Jimmy Jacobs.
Yeah.
Do not say anything about this if he's on the show.
I don't know anything that happened.
So we thought you was dead, eh?
So in the news, Jay White, who's been injured with an injured foot, is expected to return soon. I like this. I can't wait. I never thought in my entire life I would say, holy shit, I miss Jay White in AEW. I kind of do. I think that there's a dimension in the booking that's missing, and a lot of it is because Jay White's not there.
It must suck that Jay White is missing All In as well.
Yeah.
Like
Jay White brings like an air of like legitimacy to the Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah.
Because like the Guns and Juice, they're good, but they're more on the goofy side.
Yeah. And let's be honest, nobody takes Juice Robinson seriously, not even his own mother. I know, because I took her out to dinner.
Did you see this figure that's going around that Meltzer said about AEW?
What's that?
I posted it in the community.
Are you talking about all those different numbers that don't mean a damn lick of sense to me?
Yeah, and he's talking about ROH is looking like it might be a part of the deal as well.
Yeah,
and the pay-per-views.
Okay,
dude, put it all on Max, please.
I mean,
but they're saying possibly that they might continue with the $50 pay-per-views. So it's not guaranteed.
That's rough. That's rough.
I mean,
that one 2 weeks after All In.
That's the same scam ESPN Plus is pulling with UFC and stuff like that too, though.
But it's more. It's like $80 or $100, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like $79 for.
So what would happen is AEW would get all the money in advance.
Yeah.
And Warner and everyone would get the pay-per-view dollars instead of the AEW.
It's called capitalism.
Right, like, AEW won't care as long as they're getting the money, right?
Well, speaking of AEW, there's a lot of questions backstage about attendance and the popularity of AEW, outside of the fact that, it seems like at times some of your owners have no control on the Wild Wild West, as called the backstage. I personally don't think that there's an issue. I mean, realistically, if Warner Brothers is happy with numbers and attendance and all this other stuff, who cares?
Like, I'm going to say now, it's not a coincidence that every time AEW gets a lot of steam towards a pay-per-view, that these stupid-ass rumors come out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Every time.
Yep.
Yeah,
what's
because
really-
like MJF said that most of that stuff being reported about Britt Baker and him
Yeah.
was utter bullshit. There was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it wasn't as big as.
Like you said, like I'm gonna really punch a wall with 100 in front of a 125-pound woman. Like, give it a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, not get suspended too.
Yeah.
Well, and here's what's really funny is that, everybody loves to compare AEW to WWE. What's really funny is while AEW is having their World's End pay-per-view December 28th on pay-per-view, WWE is running a house show in the same location right down the street.
20 minutes down the road.
20 minutes down the road, ladies and gentlemen.
And when AEW is going to Orlando,
Yeah.
WWE is doing tours there too. Same date.
It reminds me of the old Nitro and Raw days, back when DX went and showed up to WCW's building because it was only like 20, 30-minute drive away.
Now, do you want to go to a house show of WWE or a pay-per-view of AEW?
But I mean,
I'd do AEW pay-per-view, but don't get me wrong, live events are pretty awesome. I mean, I do love a good live event.
Okay, so you would rather rather a live event of
My question
WWE
is
versus
the event, is it Raw, SmackDown, or is it NXT?
no, I
yeah, I
think
thought that makes a big difference, dude.
It's Raw.
it's a house show, right?
Yeah, it's a Raw.
It's not a TV show, it's a house show.
Yeah, it's a
No,
Raw.
Yeah.
NXT does house shows periodically too.
Oh, do they?
But you know what? The thing is, and we see it even in the group, we're going to still have the WWE purists that don't look at AEW's existence. So they're still going to get people going to that event before they go to an AEW show.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Seems what I don't understand is you are pretty much attacking AEW to your own detriment.
Yeah.
Because it's going to hurt your numbers as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
I think you want to go to another city where
WWE
your
doesn't
numbers
do it.
aren't going to be affected at all.
Guys, don't worry. WWE doesn't see AEW as competition. It's okay.
So let's talk free agents. We got a couple of stories about some free agents. First one, and I'm going to go through both and we'll talk about them. First one is Beth Phoenix. She is no longer on the alumni page. She is technically out of her Legends contract. She is a free agent. You can damn well expect her to be in AEW to root on her one-legged husband, Adam Copeland.
One-legged husband.
Was he acting?
hey,
Am I missing something?
If he was a woman, his name would be Eileen. Just saying. Anyways, the other one is, of course, I totally forgot who. So basically, Bobby Lashley and MVP are free agents as well. Their contracts have expired. They were not released. They are free to sign whatever promotion they want. Now, MVP and Bobby Lashley have both trademarked what's called the
Hurt Syndicate.
That is going
Hurt Syndicate?
to the Hurt Syndicate. That is going to be the new name of the faction.
Wherever they end up.
Yeah, wherever they end up. So
I imagine they're probably got something worked out with Sheldon Benjamin, too.
yeah. Oh, they
Now,
do.
okay, so if you're AEW, are you looking to bring this Hurt Syndicate in?
Yes.
Or are you just looking at Bobby Lashley?
Nope. If you're going to do it right.
I don't think Bobby Lashley goes without MVP.
Here's the problem.
I
Bobby
think-
Lashley is about as enigmatic as a wall.
Yeah, that's why he's
And the guy can wrestle, but that guy has got the personality of a cinder.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you put him like with Stokely Hathaway.
Nah. Put him with MVP.
I don't like MVP. I think he's a bit of a tard.
Put him with MVP, Shelton Benjamin, and then bring in a couple
I
guys
mean,
from AEW.
to be fair, like you need to be able to see MVP like outside of WWE because he was really good in TNA.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's just the manager.
He says he has a couple matches left in him.
Yeah.
it's not his choice. He's not wrestling. That was WWE's Hunter's choice for him not to wrestle anymore. That was
Okay,
Vince.
well, yeah, if you got Jarrett wrestling, why not?
Yeah.
MVP.
I mean, God, yeah, they roll out Jeff Jarrett in an iron lung almost every week now for a match. If that guy can wrestle in an iron lung, MVP can wrestle with a broken foot or a bad knee or whatever the hell he is. He carries that cane with him. Oh my God! So All In, we're a week away from All In. Now, before we get to the story,
Speaking of All In, yes, we are going to be going live just before the buy-in.
Yeah.
To do a pre-show.
Yeah.
So tune in for that.
So
That's gonna be early in the morning. Oh, shit.
Yeah,
For
we're going
you,
to
yeah.
not for us, yeah.
now I will say this: next year, All In will be in Arlington, Texas. Now you ask yourself, why are you going to go from 80,000 plus at Wembley to Arlington, Texas? Well, there's two big stadiums in Arlington, Texas. One is the Cowboy Stadium, which I don't think they're going to run.
No, they already said it's at the Rangers Stadium.
Okay, so it's at the what?
It's at Globe Life.
Okay, so it's at Globe Life. Okay, so
They even have the
yeah.
Texas Rangers jerseys with saying All In on them.
yeah, but don't be disturbed because they are going back to Wembley in 2026. So 2025 is in Texas. 2026 is back at Wembley.
Do you know what's beautiful about this? Is you have a year to sell these tickets.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant.
Yeah.
You get the whole steam, like getting this momentum going.
Yeah.
You build it right before this All In, and you got a whole year to build this up.
And
Well, if they're smart, what they'll do is they're going to do this kind of like WWE does WrestleMania. You buy a package. You go SmackDown, NXT's pay-per-view, Hall of Fame, WrestleMania Night 1, WrestleMania Night 2, the Monday Raw after. That's the whole package.
That
So
is
you
a
do it.
lot.
but I don't think they're not gonna be able to get that many people in an ROH building, though. That's for sure.
Well, that's the thing. You do this. You run out.
Packages.
You do a package, but you do Dynamite and you do Collision and you do
Yeah.
another.
When you got that Arlington East Stadium.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I really like about this. Now it gives the North Americans an easier chance to go see All In compared to. So now UK had their shot, and the fact that they're going to go back and forth, I like that idea. So then people don't have to go to North America, the UK or vice versa, unless they really, really want it. So yeah, if they're going to do that where they rotate kind of back and forth, I like that idea.
Yeah. So Matt Hardy's in the news. He was on a paid podcast, talked about that. He wants to finish, him and his brother Jeff want to finish their deal at WWE. They want to basically end their careers there, and they want to do a Hall of Fame thing there. So I personally don't want to see them wrestle anymore. I just don't. I don't think they have what it takes. I think that they're better characters than they are wrestlers at this point. You know,
What if you did a Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy faction?
I mean, you could,
Where they're leading the faction,
Jeff,
and they kind of wrestle part-time.
yeah, but Jeff's gonna wrestle. He's gonna do stupid shit, and he's kind of a wild card because you don't know when he's gonna start
Well,
drinking.
the thing is, Jeff is still a great wrestler.
I don't. The last time I saw Jeff in the ring, he looked pretty crippled up, kind of like when you watch Lita wrestle, where she's just like hobbling. The last 2 times I've seen Lita wrestle, and with Jeff, it just seems like he kind of hobbles in some spots, and he's getting himself injured too. Like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, the Sammy Guerrero thing, I was on Sammy, but I mean, he's been prior to that though. He's been getting injured pretty easily since his AEW rival. So
yeah.
This is Robert Brown from New York. Matt and Jeff Hardy have not offered the business no more.
I don't blame him.
I agree.
He's not wrong.
I fully actually agree.
I think the big question is does WWE even want Jeff Hardy? Considering what he did last time he was there.
Yeah.
Nope. So Tony Khan might fall into the evil category. Word around the street is that Tony Khan is going to extend Ray Phoenix's contract because of time missed due to injury, so that he can't leave with his brother. Oh,
I don't think that's evil. I think that's business.
that is business.
Well, like you want them to wrestle in the opposing company.
Well, the world is that Penta came to Tony Khan with the number that WWE offered him and his brother, and Tony Khan said, "I would offer it. I have no problem offering it
To match it.
Yeah, match it." And the word is that Penta said no.
And I believe
Here's my question. Then
I believe Ray is just following his brother.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Dude,
Here's
my thing. If all of this is true, and Penta got an offer from WWE,
yeah,
why would he even go back to Tony Khan?
Because he wants to. I mean, it's leverage. It really is.
But isn't this at this point tampering?
Technically, yeah, it is.
Because if this really happened, this is called tampering because his contract isn't up yet.
Yeah.
So apparently, I don't know how much truth there is to this, but Tony Khan, I guess there was a story or Tony Khan put out a tweet saying how he still thinks that WWE is tampering, and apparently Triple H liked the tweet.
Yeah. No, it's true. I've seen the tweet and I saw Triple H like.
I mean, I don't know if that's his real handle or it's a parody account.
Yeah,
it's got to be a parody.
Yeah.
You can just make a check mark next to a Triple H.
Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is pay $8 a month and you get a blue check,
or even $8 once just to get this done.
Yeah. Let's go to Linda McMahon. Well, the story is about Vince. For those who have not seen recent pictures, Vince is walking around with a cane. He's not walking around very quickly.
That's gotta be a cane.
It's Kane.
A cane.
A cane. So Linda McMahon, we don't know technically if they're still married or not, since he's been seen dallying around town with all these hotties. But a strange wife, Linda McMahon, says his health is deteriorating. And then his attorney comes out and says, "Nah, it's all bullshit. He's fine."
I don't know. I'm gonna believe the wife over the person who's paid to spin PR for the guy.
Yeah.
He's an attorney, not a brain surgeon. Let's just clear that out. He's not a doctor. He's not
a doctor. He's not even a nurse.
I mean,
he's not even an orderly. But he's a lawyer, and lawyers are scum of the earth.
But to be fair, I tend to believe his health probably is, because we were talking about this yesterday on the Magic of Wrestling. But when you're older and you don't have anything to do, your body just breaks down.
Yep.
It's like if you don't have a reason to live, and all Vince has known his whole life is wrestling.
Yeah. Hey, that's like Johnny Gargano's dad with the pizza shop. He's 82 years old and still was running a pizza shop until unfortunately it burned down last month.
That's the thing. Vince McMahon can open up a restaurant.
Hey, they did open a WWE restaurant and that thing failed.
I remember
Vinnie Mac's Pizza Hut.
The mistake was they tried to open it in New York City.
They opened it in Times Square, and then they're like, "Well, we didn't realize how expensive real estate was in New York." What?
How do you know? It's New York City.
I used to love that concept though, because they used to film still live stuff there. But then they also had it in Ontario, Mississauga. I believe they had a WWE theme park.
Yeah,
that failed.
Yeah,
I don't even think it lasted like a couple of years.
Yeah, he's the pro wrestling version of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
The cool thing about this deal with AEW, you could have some AEW rides at the Warner's theme park.
Yeah, Six Flags, right?
Yeah.
Six Flags. Yeah. All right, guys.
Just Six Flags survives the summer.
Yeah.
It's now 5 flags. Now 4. Now 3.
All right, we're done. That's our news, guys. I think
can we bring up one more thing real quick that I want to give a shout out to?
Sure.
But Zack Sabre Jr. won the G1.
Yes,
first
he
British
did.
guy.
Yeah.
So the British can finally say they brought it home.
Yeah. A freaking time.
which they can't say very often.
Yeah,
They can't.
it was a great match, though.
And it takes a fixed sport to do it.
And what's
Yeah.
and what's really cool is he's not cashing in at Wrestle Kingdom. He's cashing in before because he says he wants to go to Royal Quest in his home country as the world champ.
Ooh.
Good for Zack Sabre Jr. I don't see that happening, but
Zack Sabre Jr. would be a good world champion. He's got a lot of. I think he's boring as hell, but he's got some good wrestling moves.
I mean, for New Japan, he's perfect.
I mean, and like he's basically speaking the truth. He's like, I think it's super boring for me to win the G1 now and not cash it in until January.
yeah,
He's got a point.
I agree with him. All right, let's get to our main event. Holy Christopher Columbus, it's that time. Here is our main event. If I can find it. There it is. This is the main event of the evening. Just in case you're wondering, that shirtless luchador, that's the JFB. Just saying. I'm getting ready. I'm prepping up because I'm going to take on El Showtimo.
Ooh.
What was your luchador name? I forget what it was.
The Falcon.
Did you have something else? I think it's something else.
El Hijo de Falcon.
Son of Falcon.
Son of Falcon.
I can't do a falcon. That's a crow.
Anyways, let's get to the rigmarole, the whole juicy details, all the reason why you even tuned in today. A non-giveaway day, you tuned in because you wanted to know what do the guys think are the best belts that have ever existed. And we're going to go ahead and do it with style, with grace. We're also going to do it draft style, which means I choose one, no one else can choose it. And the dry chooses one, and I go, son of a bitch. I can't add on. He's taking my pick.
You suck your battleship.
This is what he does. He butt barkers me all the time. Anyways,
The greatest wrestling championships of all time, baby.
Hey, I'll be back in a second, guys.
Okay.
He's gonna go look at some championship belts.
We play spin the bottle. Canada Dry, you got the first bottle. Who are you going with?
Like who would I kiss here?
Not me.
There's no one kissable. All right. To me, the greatest wrestling championship is the Winged Eagle belt.
There it is.
This thing, to me, it's just so pretty.
Yeah.
Everything about it is just the best. And the association this belt has with some of the greatest wrestlers of all time. You got Hulk Hogan, you got Undertaker, you got Shawn Michaels, and you got the greatest of all time, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, Bret the Hitman Hart. So to me, this belt deserves one of the greatest spots on the list. JFB, wax poetic on the Winged Eagle belt.
I mean, it's the first belt I almost bought. It's the first belt I remember. Macho Man, but I remember Hogan, but it fell into fame when it was Shawn and Bret back and forth with that belt. That's when it meant the most to me. But Bret Hart, I mean, you can't see a picture of Bret without any of these two belts. The Intercontinental belt and the World Championship belt, the Winged Eagle.
I love the shot where he's kissing the belt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Showtime, your turn, my friend.
I want to know what he thinks of the belt.
Yeah, what do you think?
Dude, yeah, you guys pretty much said everything that could be possibly said about that belt. I've always loved that belt because that was the belt of my era growing up into wrestling.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, some people I don't like today that has held that title, but there's been some cool. Vader's held that belt. Yokozuna, like it was funny seeing Yokozuna.
Winged Eagle? I don't think so.
For a cup of coffee.
I don't think he did.
I thought he
Let's
did.
get a fact checker and they tell us if Vader won the
Maybe
Winged.
I'm wrong. Maybe it was just Yokozuna then. But still,
Yoko did, yeah, but Vader didn't. He did. He was promised a world title, but didn't get one.
That might have been what happened. It's the best title, I'd say, world title that WWE's ever had.
And
WWE, he won a Slammy Award and he's in the Hall of Fame. That's it.
Okay.
Such a shame.
I look like an idiot online.
It's okay. We all do. He freaking killed someone off in the wrestling community last week.
How about this? JFB fell asleep while on camera.
Yeah, so don't feel bad, Showtime.
I've done that. I've done that before.
You fell asleep on a podcast?
Yes, a long time ago, a Christmas podcast where everybody was drinking.
Do you remember Tim Tobin? He's doing this live. Pancake Man is doing a live promo on the AFW League, and he falls asleep during the promo. Kush was making fun of him, and Pancake Man was so mad.
Yeah.
Well, he just bored himself to sleep.
Just saying.
You know who's stood us up again? Caleb Bain.
Yeah.
He was supposed to come on to do his wrestling.
You know what? Axe it. He doesn't get it.
I'll give him one more shot at this.
Stand us up once. Shame on us.
Yeah.
Stand us up twice. Shame on him.
So I believe in the 3-strike system.
Now, I'm just gonna say, I threw him 2 strikes right now. Next time, he better hit it.
Yeah.
He better hit it out of the park.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
What about you, EVP? What do you think of this Winged Eagle belt?
I mean, it's a great belt, but I knew you would take it one, so I didn't even have it on my list. Writing it down.
On the list.
What do you guys think? Cody's talking about bringing it back. Do you think it will happen? A version of this is coming back or no?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You think they will?
I don't want it to. It won't be as good as what it is, and it's going to look stupid.
Yeah.
Well, all you got to do is make that.
WWE doesn't do good belt designs anymore.
Look what they did with the heavyweight title right now. They made it was like a bastardized WCW heavyweight championship.
I honestly don't. I like it more than the Cody's belt.
Yeah.
It's not a high bar to clear.
Well, what you take the Winged Eagle belt and you make the WWE logo at the top a little bit bigger. That's all you got to do.
But that's the problem. It's not going to be a little bit bigger. It's going to be the centerpiece of the belt.
It won't be subtle at all.
You're gonna be able to see it from space. All right, Shane, who are you going with your belt?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna have to go with one that's fresh off the presses right now. And the old one original got buried last night in Collision. I'm gonna have to go with the Jack Perry version of the TNT title. That blacked out with the red, that blood splatter. That's a pretty just dope looking title. It kind of reminds me
wear back in the day.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of the NWO spray paint, just the way the blood splatter on the belt, man. And yeah, I guess the other titles officially got buried with we can't call them jobbers anymore, according to Dusty Rhodes. So the local enhancement talent that Jack Perry put into the body bag.
Kush makes a comment. He did. I had too much pancakes. Yes, we're done with Pancake Man falling asleep in his promo.
Hey, Kush.
All right. That's a badass belt. Joe, what are your thoughts on the belt?
I do like that belt. I love the matte black, just like flat black. It's different. And I'm so glad they did it because that was one of my favorite things that AEW does is always giving a style, like a special TNT title belt to the holder. I think it makes it stand out, makes it feel special. I just remember, I just wish I had remembered that Jack Perry was part of House of Torture, which is the clear inspiration for this title.
Yes.
I completely forgot he was in House of Torture for a while.
Yep.
Now, do you guys think this belt is designed more for Darby Allin than Jack Perry?
I don't know.
You know what? He's never gotten a custom TNT title all of the times he's had it. The more I think about it.
Because it could suit either of them, really.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah. I mean, it could fit. It could fit both. I mean, I don't see why It has to be one over another, you know? Okay. I like it. I think the belt's cool as hell. This is the belt I imagine it would be designed for House of Black. I mean, like that to me.
Yes, that fits
Yeah.
House of Black. Can we show it one more time?
Yeah, let's show it one more time. Hold on. Where is it? There it is. Jack Perry.
Yeah, it's just like a little bit of. It's got the diamond still there, but it's got a little paint splatter.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than when whatchamacallit, Bullet Club Gold had trios titles of the House of Black and the claim.
Oh yeah. I mean, that was the one great thing about the TNT belt was that it would you let your champ design it. Like that meant a lot because it adds a little finesse.
So we're doing 4 each, right?
Yeah, 4 each. Yeah. 4 each works. All right, let's go to Joe. Joe, who you
I want to
taking?
know what Joe's gonna pick. I'm curious.
Okay, so none of the titles I have written down have been taken yet.
Okay.
Kind of I mean, it doesn't surprise me because I knew what Canada I was taking.
Yeah, Showtime Shane went off the board.
Yeah. So the first one that I'm going to take is the IWGP title, 4.0, not the current one that looks like Cody's neck tattoo, the one that replaced.
This one?
I love this title. It's
Yeah.
like it has an aura and a presence about it.
What I like about this pick, it's giving me a really good belt for my second pick.
But yeah, like when I think of Japanese wrestling, that's the belt that I think of.
Yeah.
I don't really like that picture, but that belt is gorgeous.
Yeah, the belt is absolutely gorgeous.
That picture does not do that belt justice.
No.
I love the belt. I mean, so much so that it was on my list. It's synonymous with the acme, if you will, of your profession. You know, it's the Academy Award of professional wrestling. That is one of the most timeless belts we have ever had in our entire life, and we get to see it, and we get to see it live. So yeah, Canada Dry, your thoughts?
I love this belt. It's become a bit of a since AEW started. It's kind of been elevated bigger than it's ever been. Unfortunately, they got rid of it because I think a lot of AEW people were more interested in New Japan, because of that relationship. And unfortunately, that new belt does not hold a candle to this one.
Not at all.
I hope one day they will get their senses back and bring this title back, or something similar.
I mean, you would think so, but I don't know. Shane, what are your thoughts?
Oh, it's a great belt too. No, I like it. Like, it's funny because a few of the local wrestling, like when I've been to WWE live events like 5-6 years ago or whatever, I'd see a few people carrying that belt.
Yeah.
So it just shows you it is a popular belt among the real wrestling fans, not just like the one or the other, the big two, I guess we could call them these days, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, I have both the heavyweight and the intercontinental from my WGP. So I mean, like,
what belts do you have, JB?
I got quite a few. IWGP heavyweight, intercontinental, the AEW world heavyweight, 10 pounds of gold, big gold,
Wow.
and
You could have just took pictures of your belts.
the ECW heavyweight championship belt, the last one they had.
Not the WWECW belt.
Correct. Yeah, I did have a Ring of Honor that was signed by Danielson, but it was stolen.
You had to sell it?
No, I didn't sell it. It got stolen.
Oh, what a good thief!
I had on display. They took the Danielson one. I was so pissed.
Oh man, I can imagine the pain on that one. Especially as he's about to retire here.
Canada Dry, what are your thoughts? Oh, you went on the belt, right? Yeah.
Yep. Everyone's on. Now it's up to your first pick there, JFB.
That's my first pick.
What is this guy going to pick? Because it's really going to affect what I'm getting here.
Well, all I got to say is this. Because Joe took my pick, and I hate Joe right now, I'm going to go with something that is also from Japan, but I feel is more prestigious than the IWGP, and that is the All Japan Pro Wrestling Triple Crown Heavyweight Championship.
It is a pretty looking belt too.
That is pretty. I like the crown on top.
Yeah. Before I became an IWG, before I became a New Japan fan, my first wrestling promotion from Japan that I cut my teeth on was two. It was DDT, well, not DDT, FMW, Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling, Onita's, and All Japan with Giant Baba. And that belt, when they introduced it, I mean, Masawa, that's, to me, that's who reminds me of that belt is Masawa. I believe he was the first. He was the first Triple Crown in All Japan was Masawa. So, yeah, I mean, that belt is just gorgeous. And it is on a short list of belts I shall own before I die. Can't try your thoughts on the
deathbed. You get this. Like, I don't want this stupid thing. I'm dying. What do you give me a belt for?
I'm going to be buried with my belts. They will be in my coffin.
Can you just leave them to me? Come on.
I could do that too. Yeah.
I don't know much about this belt, but I'm going to keep it short and simple. I think it's really pretty. Now, this is equivalent to the IWGP belt.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice looking belt.
Yeah. Shane.
A little bit on Canada Dry's belt. Like, I know a little bit about the history and stuff of that, but just from that quick picture, no, that is a nice looking title, though. I got to give it credit.
It's gorgeous title. Is beautiful.
It looks like an RCMP logo.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Joe?
I'm with these two. It's a gorgeous belt. Like, I love the little intricacies of the title. But I don't know much about the history of it, but obviously I know names like Masawa,
yeah,
things like that. But like I said, I'm more of a New Japan guy than an All Japan guy.
Yeah,
it's just the era that I grew up in.
Yeah,
yeah. Like, the belt I like it. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous belt. It's a gorgeous belt. All right, Canada Dry, number 2 for you, my friend.
I can't believe this belt is available to me right now.
Neither can I.
The AEW World Championship. I get the Winged Eagle, and I get the AEW World Championship. I can't believe.
Behind your head.
Yeah, I'm making out like a bandit here.
Yeah, you are.
That just fell in my lap. So yeah, the AEW World Championship has become, in 5 years of its existence, has really become very, very prestigious and one of the most important championships in the game.
Yeah.
And it part of why it's so prestigious is because there's not a second championship that is trying to mimic it in the same organization.
Yeah.
So to me, like, you have some amazing names that have held this title: Kenny Omega, MJF, Swerve Strickland,
Jericho, Moxley,
Moxley, CM Punk.
Yeah.
Like,
do you know who designed that belt? Dave Milliken designed that belt. Dave Milliken is probably one of the greatest belt makers to ever exist. Nobody.
Well, I mean, that belt is proof of it. So
yeah, Reggie.
Now it's with the nameplates now on it. It becomes even prettier.
Yeah, absolutely.
To put a nameplate on, I think that was a nice touch.
Instead of the little one on the bottom, you have the side plates with the
side plates are important to world titles today.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
But yeah, Dave Milliken. If you are a collector of belts, there's 2 belt makers that you have to go after.
Like, put this belt up again.
The AEW? Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this championship looks nothing like the current one.
Yeah.
That one, when you show that on TV, it looks like $1 million.
Oh, it does.
With all the diamonds sparkling and stuff. Like,
yeah.
Can you imagine when Jericho lost this belt, when he went out for food and the driver took off with it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the first.
That's called a heart attack in a box right there.
I got I got that figure, the whole Jericho Knight, and the bubbly. So it's got the title and the bubbly bottle or whatever.
That story is quite the interesting story
I
here, Jared.
made the wild story.
But yeah, so if you want to get belts and you want to be an authentic belt collector, Dave Milliken and Reggie Parks, those are your two guys that design probably most of the belts that you have that we are worshiping today. That's how important these two
Is
guys.
it like an authentic AEW championship?
There is
$600.
Yeah,
Like a real
They were
duplicate.
selling them on Pro Wrestling Tees.
yeah, they were. Dave Milliken sells it on his website too as well. It was like $4.90 or $5.99 or $5.49. It was something outrageous. But all right, Shane, who is your second pick?
Anyone else want to comment on the AEW?
Oh yeah, I just, you know what, I knew somebody was going to pick it. I thought it was going to be taken a little bit later in the draft. I honestly love that belt too. It's a great belt.
Joe?
I mean, yeah, it's the best belt in the U.S.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's even close.
Nope.
There's a close second, honestly.
Yep. I agree.
All
right, Shane, who are you going with?
All right, well, kind of already talked about it a little bit earlier. Back when I was a teenager, this belt was significant because we finally we hear about this renegade wrestling promotion for so long in Canada, but we never had a shot to be able to watch it until it came on TNN. And that has to be the ECW world title because it was just grungy. Like, it was grungy for metalhead. Like, that was what I was back when I was a teenager, and still kind of am to this day. But just in that grunge era, the metal era, like, that title was ugly, but like beautiful at the same time. It was such a suiting title for that organization.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Joe, what are your thoughts on the belt?
Oh yeah, I like it. Like, it fit the aesthetic of the company. It wasn't clean. It wasn't a pretty belt. It was just we're here, we're in your face, loud, and like it just fit the aesthetic that was.
I'm shocked JP doesn't have it ready to go.
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, I'm shocked it wasn't already up there though.
Yeah, it wasn't up there.
You're a big ECW fan.
Hold on, I'll find it. My God.
Yeah, I'll just talk about it quickly. Like, I loved the aesthetics of that ECW championship, the barbed wire.
Yeah,
it looked badass.
Oh, it was freaking amazing. I mean, it is probably one of the best looking belts. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, that's a badass looking belt.
I think, and then later on, I think near the end, there was like more purple to it, which like all the versions of that specific title looked pretty awesome. It just sucked when you saw Vince McMahon wearing it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was triggering.
Trigger moment.
Yeah. You know who designed that belt? Wasn't Dave Milliken or Reggie Parks? It was Taz. Taz actually designed the original ECW World Heavyweight Championship.
Interesting. That
with
makes
no
sense.
art background, he designed he did a lot of the merch design too for the t-shirts and stuff too.
Yep.
Probably that ECF and W thing.
I think actually that might be one of it. Yeah.
It is his. Yeah. All right. Let's go to anybody else want to mention or talk about the ECW belt? No? All right, Joe, who are you going with?
Okay, the next belt that I am going to draft is not a world title. It is the early 90s WCW US heavyweight title.
Yeah, I was surprised that you didn't take this first because I know you've said you've loved this.
I love this title. It's so pretty looking, and like when WWE says 30 Hall of Famers have held the US title, most of them have held this version, not WWE's version of the US title.
Yeah.
Like your Austins, and I'm almost certain Flair has held it.
Magnum TA. Bret Hart.
Yeah, there's it's
you got Luger.
Yeah, like it's just and it's a pretty looking belt. I love it.
Yeah.
Because it's the US title, it's got the big eagle, like
you know what? if I was gonna, I hate the current U.S. title.
So do I.
Yeah.
If I was gonna update it, I'd update it just like this.
I can see it.
Do you have it?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Hold on. Damn it.
While you're doing this, Jeff, tell us who your favorite U.S. title holder is.
Mine, honestly, like Barry Windham was a great champ.
I mean, I'd even be remiss to mention Sting holding this title. I mean,
He has held that title, yeah.
Nikita Koloff.
Kurt Hennig is probably one of my favorite U.S. champs.
That series between Nikita Koloff and Magnum TA for that U.S. title was amazing.
Yeah. That's putting it very, very mildly. It is
like that's when the U.S. title was held like legitimately as like a stepping stone to the world title, not what it is today in WWE.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was definitely Bill Goldberg's stepping stone to the world title.
Yeah.
I hate how Bret Hart won that title because Goldberg just kind of threw it away.
Yeah.
And he had to wrestle a number one contenders with DDP for it.
We should go ahead and just say from now on, Goldberg is never to be mentioned in this world.
I like talking trash about Goldberg, though.
Yeah. Okay. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
You either have to get. You either have to gag after or spit on the ground when you reference Goldberg on the show these days.
Yeah, that's a nice looking belt.
It's a beautiful belt. I mean, it really is. Reggie Parks designed it. It's a Reggie Parks original. He designed most of the belts for WCW back in those days. But yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't think there's a person that you have to say, in all honesty, boom, that guy is the representation of that belt. I mean,
there's so many that made that.
Like, it's not like if you say NWA television title.
Yeah.
And like I think of Arn Anderson and no one else.
The like that was really their intercontinental title.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It absolutely was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the workers' belt.
It was called the United States Heavyweight Champ. Like they don't even call that in WWE. They just call it the US title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In WCW it was the United States Heavyweight title, which gave that implication of
I really like that heavyweight being added to championships names.
Yeah. I do too. Let's go with mine. I can't believe I'm getting this because I own it. It, of course, is the NWA 10 pounds of gold, baby.
That was on my
Holy
list.
crap. I can't believe you picked that one.
That is my first belt I ever bought. I saved up my money, scripted saved. I worked multiple jobs just to get it. I got the replica from Dave Milliken. It is a gorgeous belt. And the fact that the NWA still uses it today says a lot about the history of that belt. You know, I mean, I know that belt got phased out. Eventually, Big Gold became the official belt. But 10 pounds of gold. I mean, I have a book about it. I mean, that's how awesome this belt is. The person I recognize, I could have easily said Ric Flair. But there's something about Dusty Rhodes holding that belt. His big sausage fingers holding that belt, and like it
and cold 10 pounds of gold, baby.
It's about the 10 pounds of gold, baby. I mean, it's the most sexiest belt in the world.
Baby. You do a nice Dusty.
Hey, if I could go first in this one because it's right in my head, and you know, we did a perfect job. Nick Aldis with that 1.5 year reign.
Yep.
Like for Billy Corgan, picked the perfect white workhorse to strap that belt and make that belt look good and relevant again. Unfortunately, it's kind of now a little bit lost its relevancy again, but I think they're going to pick right back up eventually. But Nick Aldis in that belt was great.
EC3 is not a bad world title holder.
But I mean, there's been wild title holders recently. It made it kind of comical, like Matt Cardona, Tyrus.
Matt Cardona. I didn't mind Matt Cardona holding the title either.
No, what I liked was but one thing I liked was Trevor Murdoch.
Yeah,
because he's definitely a throwback to the old '80s wrestlers. When you want to talk about Dusty, Trevor Murdoch is a perfect example of one of those throwback styles. So I mean that belt. it still got to draw. I'm not saying it's irrelevant, but I mean, when Aldis had it, especially when he showed up to the original All In versus Cody Rhodes, and they had that feud, that was hot.
Unfortunately, all this is a bit of a see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
A very popular word in the UK and Australia.
Yes.
I'll say
So see you next Tuesday, mate.
Like I usually like the bigger world titles, but the one thing that I love about the NWA champion is one, they're always in a suit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the way they hold that title with that one hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even over the shoulder, just like right down at their waist. Like that is to me like such an iconic look for a champion.
Yes.
And Nick Aldis, like you said, was the perfect modern day guy to revive that belt.
And let's be honest, this 10 pounds of gold has the best name of all the belts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Surely.
Oh, hell yeah.
That is really cool.
It's gorgeous. All right, let's go to Canada Dry. Who's your next one?
I can't believe this belt is still available.
You've seen it every time.
Well, I'm making out like a freaking bandit here.
You were first. You probably said that from my recollection. Okay.
I'm making out like a bandit. I'm talking about Big Gold.
Big Gold. We got Big Gold here, I think. Yeah.
We're having the private call. It's a beautiful belt too.
Big Gold.
Like Big Gold could easily be first.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big Gold could easily be second. But Big Gold has such a legacy of champions who held it. Like the NWO spray paint on it.
Yep.
I don't know if that comes out.
I don't want to recognize that title in WWE though. When I recognize that title, my memories want to stick to the WCW.
I like that WWE kept it alive for so many years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that because it
mainly just for Triple H though.
Yeah, mostly just for Triple H.
Nothing will ever beat when Ric Flair showed up to WWF. WWF with
with Bobby. The original Big Gold was purchased by Ric Flair himself.
Yeah.
And WCW weren't going to pay him the money as he's leaving.
No, he didn't purchase it. It was standard. They would have to put a deposit down on the belt. And
back in those days.
Give them deposit back. So it's like, okay, you firing me? I'm leaving with the belt. See ya.
Yeah. You don't want to give me my money. You don't want to give me my check back? Okay. Yoink. But the fact
and then the ugly championship that they gave Lex Luger when he won the belt.
The one that Ron Simmons won?
Yes, Luger won it first, and then Ron Simmons beat him after, right?
No, horrible. It was Vader that he beat. I think Vader beat Luger, then Simmons beat Vader.
Yeah, Luger won it first, and then
Vader.
Then Vader beat him, and then
Simmons beat him. I'll always remember that moment. Just
that
big power slam.
Yep.
But that Ron Simmons belt was ugly.
Oh, it was horrible. It was atrocious.
It was like cheaply made and just like.
There's a reason why it's not going to be on the list.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't believe the Big Gold was available.
Yeah.
I got the best belts.
I mean, I could have taken them. I'm just trying to put some shine on other belts. That's why.
That's okay. I'll make out like a bandit. I don't care.
Go for your next one, brother. What's your next belt, Shane?
Well, now I'm going to have to. We all know I'm a little bit of a heel sometimes, and this is actually a playoff of Joe's belt. But back in the day when Bret Hart was loved around the world but hated in America, well, there was a spawn of a new version. Kind of started in ECW, but then it came to WCW, and within, I think, not even a month, he became the U.S. champion, which then turned the belt. It was so cheesy but perfect into the Canadian title. I'm gonna have to go with no other than the Canadian title with Mr. Lance Storm that held the belt, and yes, that is signed by him too.
Nice.
The Canadian title. Wow.
Wow.
I liked it. Like, I thought for sure that's what they were going to have Kevin Owens do in the WWE.
I thought so too.
I'm curious to see if JP can find this thing.
But the fact of the matter is too, they never even actually attempted to change the title or anything like that, like other people have done. When they've done, they just literally grabbed the decal and slapped that over the belt, just like he did. And then the followed by when he won the cruiserweight title. That became the, what was it, 110 pounds kilo title. And then he won the hardcore title, which became the Saskatchewan Roughneck title.
that was funny.
I don't remember this belt at all. To be honest with you, I don't remember this belt.
I do. I remember him sitting in the middle of a ring with it. It was so good. Yeah, like
Lance Storm in WCW was the best.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Team Canada was amazing, but then they turned that into a bag, especially when they added Mike Awesome to Team Canada after they had long
Jim Duggan.
Like I hated it. You don't take American icons and make them turn on the country. It's like when that Sergeant Slaughter sympathized with the Iraqis. Come on.
Yeah, but like Hacksaw Jim Duggan does not fit in Team Canada at all.
No.
Felix Skipper made sense to me because he had the tie and he played for the Montreal Alouettes in the CFL. So that kind of tie-in, just like how Brian Pillman became part of the Hart Foundation because he was played Calgary Stampede football for the Calgary Stampede.
Question for you. Who was the better Team Canada, in WCW or in TNA?
Ooh, TNA.
I'm going to go WWE with the Hart Foundation.
That doesn't count.
Yeah. Mine would be WCW just because of Lance Storm being the face of it.
Yeah, the Lance Storm one, I think he did such a good job.
The T stands for Thunder.
And the New Blood Rising pay-per-view where I got to meet him and got this sign.
Yeah.
That was an amazing moment after they had Jacques Rougeau cheat for him with the Canadian rules.
Yeah.
And Bret Hart came out to give him his flowers. Yeah. That was when Bret Hart was in hiding for a long time, but for Bret Hart to come out
just before he was released.
Yeah, that's right. It actually was.
All right, let's go to Joe. Who's your third one?
Okay, so I've done a world title. I've done a mid title. Next up, we're going with them WWF World Tag Team titles.
Okay.
The 90s one, the iconic tag titles.
The Bret Hart one.
The Bret Hart, the one that all the good tag teams held in WWE.
That is good. I love these tag team titles.
It's sort of like what the SmackDown titles are kind of based off of now, but
not as good as those ones.
No, not as good as the originals. Not even close.
Not even close.
Like, why make a title that's kind of like it, but not?
Just like I said with the new world title, the new Raw world title to be like the WCW big gold. It's ugly with that, especially that stupid logo in the middle. They've really ruined the throwback titles.
Yeah. That's it right there.
There it is. I love those tag titles.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous title, and you're right. I mean, there are belts that are synonymous with where we were as fans, and that right there is tag team. I mean, that's Hart Foundation, that's the Rockers, that's Demolition,
British Bulldogs,
you know, like
when I think of those belts, JFP,
I think.
Go ahead. Okay, I'll go ahead, then you can go. I think of when the British Bulldogs and the Hart Foundation had that screw job match with Danny Davis.
Yeah.
Where they took out Dynamite Kid and beat the shit out of Davey Boy Smith. And that Danny Davis got suspended afterwards. Like, that's what I think of when I think of those belts.
Yeah.
I was going to say, this belt is when WWE/F actually cared about tag team wrestling.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Not even close.
Now when you give it the DIY for a week.
Do you know what belt we have? What genre we have not even touched?
What's that?
Women's titles.
Women's titles.
Oh, I know.
There's no for me. There's no iconic women's titles.
There might be.
There might be none that I can think of.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yes, sir.
Guess what I'm doing?
Taking a women's title.
It's on my list. It's on my list, and of course, we're talking about. Well, I can only describe it as, if I could find it. Maybe I don't have it on here. I thought I did.
Tell us what it is first.
It's the women's AEW belt.
The new one or the first one?
The new one, not
the first one was too small.
The first one was hideous.
The first one was atrocious.
To be fair, the first champion was super itty bitty teeny tiny. She was like 90
I know,
pounds soaking
But
wet.
then when Nyla Rose, the complete opposite, when she held it, it was like, holy God, that thing really looked tiny on her. It looked like one of those toys. It looked like a toy replica belt on her.
Yeah. I love the new title, and my association, of course, is Tony Storm. I would say Jamie Hayter, but Storm she has elevated that title to no end. I mean, you can't mention that belt without mentioning timeless Tony Storm. So, what do you guys think about the belt?
I love this selection, and I think we're good on time. I think we can go 5.
Okay, I'm
I
down.
think we can do 5.
Yeah,
I love this women's title.
Yeah.
I love that you picked that title, and it's really been elevated to a point where it's become a sought after item.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else?
It's great. It's a beautiful belt. I agree. I associated myself more with Jamie Hayter. I thought she looked great with that title, but
Frick, yeah, she did.
yeah.
All right, Canada Dry, your 4th pick.
I can't believe this belt is available.
Shut up, Canada Dry.
The Intercontinental title comes to me in round 4. Are you kidding me?
There it is.
This title is probably the most prestigious mid-card title ever.
Yeah.
To me, like, you got Ricky Steamboat, you got Macho Man, Honky Tonk Man, Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
Am I missing anyone?
Gunther.
Yeah, Gunther.
Yeah.
Be more current.
Are you I'm sorry. Who have you, did you list like Jericho and
Jericho that has held the title more than anyone?
Miz.
Oh,
Mysterio was a really good IC champion.
Yeah.
Razor Ramon.
Ramon, yes. So yeah, I love this belt, and I had original plans to take a different belt because I didn't think it was going to be available. So I think my 5th pick will now be. I don't think you guys are going to pick it.
Yeah, I love that belt. I mean, it's when I learned the history of the belt and what
Owen Hart.
Yeah, Owen Hart. Yeah,
Owen Hart looked perfect with the belt, especially when they had a tag team title matched up to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen the custom Owen Hart belt.
It's pretty cool.
It's beautiful. It's got the slammies on the side.
Yep. Yeah. As soon as I saw that, as soon as I learned the history of that belt, I had more appreciation for it and what it meant. It wasn't the glitz and the glamour belt. That was Hogan's belt.
Like I legitimately equate the WWE IC title to the WCW version of the US title. Like, to me, they served the exact same purpose.
Bingo.
Yes, they did.
All right, Shane, who is your next pick?
All right, I'm gonna go with another off the board pick too. Another person that the moment they had a title, they manipulated and it completely changed the name and the look to the title. I'm gonna have to go with the new MJF America title. Man, especially with the straps and the side plates and all of that, he's real. Like, AEW really went over the top with this title. That could be customized for MJF. Unless a lot of it was on his design ideas or whatever, whoever. That new American title is ridiculous, but awesome at the same time.
Oh yeah, it was. What can you say about it? I mean, it's just a freaking. I just downloaded it. Where the hell did it go?
It's grown on me. I'll be honest. When I first saw it, I was like, I don't think I like it. But
I'm not a fan of this style. I'm okay with it because it's going to have a short life and it's not going to be around for very often. It's a nice short-term belt, but over a long period of time, that's going to get old.
Yeah.
Just like the Canadian title.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like the fact that he's playing the arrogant asshole American that nobody likes around the world.
The colonist.
Like, it's refreshing. Like, instead of having the evil foreign heel, you just have the evil American.
Yeah. Like, it's brilliant. I mean, the fact that he's gonna, I feel like this is gonna be part of his gimmick until we get the clear on Adam Cole, is that MJF is gonna play this arrogant, smug American, and the belt fits.
You know what else it is?
Yeah,
It's election time. What did he do 4 years ago? He ran. He did the campaign.
That's right.
And
That's
then
right.
now this. Like I said, that's why I said in our group chat a couple weeks ago, I was like, I'm looking forward to the next in 4 years from now to see what he does
Yeah.
in relation to the
He'll have the white wig on and everything.
What did you think about
come
this?
out in the black robes and the white?
Actually, you know what? I could easily see him for the all-in entrance actually showing up like that, looking like
a magistrate or a judge from
or George
Yeah.
Washington.
yeah, or George Washington. That was the name I was trying to think of in my
He should be in a canoe on wheels.
Or Abe Lincoln,
Delaware.
big black top hat with a big black beard. That would be freaking amazing.
What is your pick, EV Joe?
Yeah.
My next belt?
Yeah.
So I have a couple on my list, but I think for round, we're going 5 rounds, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my 4th round, I am picking the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, the one that like Bobby Roode held, and like because there's been a long list of TNA titles, but I'm talking specifically like the big one with the blue TNA letters. Like I really like that title. Like I said, like that was what James Storm, Bobby Roode.
With the blue?
Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, see if you can find it, because I can't. The only one I can find is the red
Maybe
one.
you can hold it up to the Yeah, I like that pick. I like that belt.
Yeah.
That's a good pick.
I think that was a beautiful belt.
TNA has had some amazing belts.
Yeah.
And look, there's no lie. They have had
You can
some
talk whatever you want about TNA, but their belts have always been nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like,
Let's see if I can. Will it?
Maybe tilt it. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh,
That's
no,
a
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hold on.
I remember that belt. Yeah.
yeah. Those
Didn't
Like,
they
that's
do Styles?
Like that's when I was really into watching TNA.
This is
'cause
the one that
that's when
Kurt Angle held. Christian held.
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the AJ Styles running on his way out the door?
Yep. As a matter of
AJ
fact,
Styles
Nick Aldis
had
held
the-
this belt too.
Yeah, there
Sting.
it is right there. Yeah. It's a great belt. I mean, it's a beautiful belt. TNA always does great belts. Let me go to my next one. I'm going to go with, I'm going to go really old school. I'm going to go with the original Ring of Honor Wrestling Champion belt, the one that Danielson held, the one that Punk held, the one that Low Key held first, and that's the Ring of Honor belt.
That's
It's
sort of like the one that Mark Briscoe's holding right now.
Yeah. It's plain, it's simple, doesn't need to be fancy or extravagant, doesn't have a Dakota ring built into it. It's just a good old-fashioned American
The
belt.
only problem that I have with this belt,
Yeah.
they need to be gold. I don't like a silver world title.
I agree with that.
Silver can be your silver can be your mid card title, but not your main. You got to
Maybe it's platinum, man. Did you ever figure it out?
I doubt it.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You're gonna paint it black and red on your platinum belt.
There you go. All right, Canada Dry, your last pick. Who are you going with?
All right. We're going with it.
Say it. Say the line. Say the line.
Say it.
No, because this is off the board. I'm going with an AFW network pick.
Oh.
I'm going with a belt that is going to be on the AFW network.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Burke that Natalia Markova is going to bring on the show.
Okay. Do we have a picture of it?
I don't know if you
What's it
So
called?
yeah,
for this, that's the women NWA Women's World Title, correct?
Yes, this title goes back years and years. Like this has a golden lineage to it.
Yes.
Like not like the women's title in WWE had that at one point with Moolah, but this Burke title is pretty special.
That's the one that's shown up on AEW during
Yeah.
the pandemic era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, NWA's has some great legacy titles, including like the junior heavyweight title and stuff of that back in the day too. That looked
Talk
beautiful.
about
Yeah, that is so badass.
1948, and you'll have Markova's picture on that. That's gonna be sick.
It is very different that you have a world title with the champion's picture in the middle. Like that is unique to just that belt, which is pretty cool.
It's kind of like having that jewelry with somebody's picture in a locket or whatever and stuff like that. Like I love that idea.
I mean, let's be honest. The minute Markova gets that belt's legit. I mean,
yeah.
Who's the champ now? Who's the champ right now?
It's Paige.
Yeah. Let's get it on Markova.
It's a matter of time because Billy said she's the best wrestler in.
Yeah.
And
we have the video to prove it.
Yeah.
In case he wants to go back on his word and we have to punch him in the face. We got proof.
All right, guys, I gotta go. So if you guys want to finish up the thing and JP, you want to give the Just Keep Fighting speech,
I can do that.
Take her easy,
guys. I'll see you guys later.
See you Wednesday.
Have a good one, brother.
All right, brother.
Bye.
All right, let's go to Shane. Shane, who's your last pick?
Well, I mean, to stick with the theme when we were talking about tag teams earlier, and to stick with my kind of theme earlier, with a grungy title, the ECW tag team titles. For some reason, I always loved the look of those, especially when it was on the Impact players. Yeah. That was pretty badass. Again, with Lance Storm. And then when Raven and Tommy Dreamer had that misfit tag team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When Raven just came back from nowhere to help Tommy Dreamer. Oh, that was so great.
And then meanwhile, a few weeks later, like Tommy Dreamer is a special guest referee to let Raven and Sandman battle it out in a feud match while they're tag team champions together.
Yeah. I mean,
they were the original. How will they coexist tag team?
Yes. What's that line that WWE had? Like they had a special that missed the Bedlam or something, the Miss Bed, I can't even remember the term.
All right, Joe, who's your next pick?
Okay, so I am truly going off the rails for this.
Oh, boy.
So it's going to be, I don't know if you're going to be able to find this title, so it's a little bit of a challenge, but I'm going with the Lucha Underground Heavyweight Championship.
Oh.
I almost went with the Gift of the Gods Championship.
I thought I was going off the board with some of mine, but that one is really off the board.
It's another, like, if you haven't seen, I like big world titles.
Yeah.
And Lucha Underground's title is really big. Like, it looks good on, like, your Mil Muertoses and all that. Like, I don't remember the whole lineage of it because it was around for such a short time. But I love that title.
Let's see if I can get it.
Unfortunately, I never really got proper exposure to Lucha Underground stuff. Like, even though it was on Netflix for the state, I don't remember being able to get it on Netflix when it first came out until it was like late in the game and they were shutting down.
This is the Gift of the Gods title.
Oh, that's
that match with their set though. The set that was originally Wrestling Society X that became Lucha Underground or whatever. Like that belt is perfect for their arena.
But like, I love the Gift of the Gods title because what it is, it's 7 medallions, and they had matches. You had to win the medallion. Then the medallions were put in the belt, and then you win it in a ladder match.
Ooh,
which then you could then use your Gift of the Gods championship to cash in for the world title.
That sounds like Dante's glove. Getting all the diamonds out of the glove. And then...
Yep.
No, dude, I literally, because I just remembered like the few things I do know about Lucha Underground is their whole arena. That and it almost looks like a pyramid the way the fans sit and watch.
No, it's literally a temple.
Yeah,
is what it is.
And to have that belt, like that belt is perfect for that.
Oh yeah,
environment.
Love that. I love the belt. All their belts were fantastic.
Like Lucha Underground is where I first met the Lucha Brothers. It's where I first met Angelico.
Mm-hmm.
Even like Swerve because he was kill shot.
Yep.
And that's when I learned that, and then I went to go watch him in MLW. So
They were ones that had those random appearances first before GCW did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to go with my last pick, and that is going to be this. This is probably one of the most synonymous belts when you're dealing with the NWA, and that is the Television Heavyweight Wrestling Champion. Big old red belt.
That's a nice
Arn
belt.
Anderson made that belt what it was. And
Yes.
it was just an amazing belt. It was amazing to have, and Arn carrying it. It was just freaking amazing.
One sad thing, though, I'll never forget. I saw the picture go around Facebook. Somebody that had that replica belt actually knocking on Arn Anderson's door at 7:30 in the morning to get him to sign that belt. Yeah, I was like a few years ago. That picture floated all over the internet. It showed like Arn Anderson was like pretty much in his boxers or his low-cut shorts answering that door. Like, I'm like, man, that was so disrespectful. But it was that belt, though. It was a replica of that very belt, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Arn was always known for wearing them short biker shorts, man.
Where things can hang out and drop.
Like I said, like when you say the NWA television champion, there is no one else I think of other than Arn Anderson.
Exactly. Guys, that's the end of our show. Canada Dry had to leave, and so did the rest of us. But before we go, there's so many things we need to talk about, but I can't list them all. But I can, and they're listed below in the description. All our links are there. ProWrestlingTees.com/effing wrestling. Get all of your effing wrestling gear. Sometimes you got to fight. That's our motto. Just keep fighting, because the world is not going to give you a shiny diamond every single day. Sometimes it's going to give you a lump of coal. But you got to hold that coal. You can squeeze it really hard, open your hand up, and there's always going to be a diamond. Anytime that life gets you down, work through it, because eventually you're going to get a diamond. So on behalf of EVP Joe, on behalf of Showtime, I am the JFB. And I did the keep fighting. So just keep fighting.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at ProWrestlingTees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.